Hold on to your butts, weekend wankers, because this week's lick is so fast, it's crazy. Hello again, children, and welcome to this week's installment of Weekend Wankshop here with your good pal, Uncle Ben. As anybody who knows me can attest, I'm a complete devotee to Troy Grady's incredible Cracking the Code series here on YouTube. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, watch the rest of my video, and then be sure to search YouTube for Cracking the Code and start watching through everything that Troy has on his channel. It is a completely revolutionary series on the mechanics and physics of alternate picking that goes to depths that no other lesson series has ever gone before. It's very seriously life-changing stuff. I started going through his videos a little over a year ago, and my playing has never been the same. Troy broke down stuff about picking that I never imagined before, and I put it to use in my own playing and found right away that he was absolutely correct with all these wild things that he's saying. Now there's a ton of information to digest from watching his videos, but there are a couple of simple things that you can understand and put into use really quickly to start making some progress with your own shredding. There's a really simple concept that Troy introduces early in the series that you can use to start crafting together some really shreddy licks. It's a basic enough idea to understand. Basically, whenever you're trying to put together a run that's absolutely insanely fast, you can make it a hell of a lot easier on yourself if you try to group the number of notes that are happening on each string into an even number. It doesn't matter if it's 2 notes or 4 notes or 6 notes or whatever. If it's an even number of notes that you play on every string, there's a really great thing that happens with your picking. Let me show you what happens whenever you try to alternate pick through stuff with odd numbers of notes on every string, like a 3-note per string G Ionian scale, right? Now if I'm alternate picking through that and I'm playing 3 notes on every string, an odd number, it ends up going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Basically, the picking on every other string is flipped. This one started on a downstroke, this one started on an upstroke, and so on. So it just flips and flips and flips. So every other string that you play feels opposite of what you just played. However, if I did that exact same idea but made it an even number of notes on every string, maybe by taking that 3-note sequence and multiplying it times 2, because any odd number times 2 is an even number. So if I take this 3-note sequence and play it twice, now my picking is going to work out great, because this string goes down, up, down, up, down, up. Then the next string goes down, up, down, up, down, up. Next string down, up, down, up, down, up, and so on. Basically, it keeps the picking completely even if you play even numbered patterns on each string. As soon as I played around with that concept for a little bit, it was really easy for me to see that what Troy was saying was absolutely true. I could play stuff with even number of notes on every string way faster than I could just playing straight through a 3-note per string scale pattern. That's why you rarely ever hear guys just straight up blaze through a 3-note per string scale pattern. There's usually some kind of a, sequence thing like that happening. Most of the time it's because they're making it into an even number of notes on that string. So with that simple concept in mind, I put together a cool lick for you guys that utilizes 8 notes happening on each string. It's going down an E minor scale, sound great against an E minor chord, or an E power chord, or whatever it is that you need to rock against. But as always, before we start hogging around on it, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. And as always, if you want the tab for this week's lick, be sure to go visit my Instagram page over at BenEllerGuitars, where you'll find the tab, learn how to play it, and upload a video of yourself shredding through it, along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. Okay, so everything I'm playing here is going to be based on notes from the E minor scale. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. So it's going to be those notes right there. That's what's making up all these things that we're playing. Okay, now to begin with, here's what I'm doing. I'm starting off on the high E string, here on fret number 19. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this little 3-note streak. I'm going to play right on the dots, basically 19, 17, 15. That was a B, A, and G notes, if you're keeping up with those letters over there. So that's 19, 17, 15. Now what's going to happen next on every string is we're going to make a little position shift happen and get to the next note, the 4th note on that string. which we can find here on the 14th fret high E. So far we've done this. We've done 19, 17, 15, 14. Next what you're going to do is climb back up with your middle finger here to 15, back up 17, and then walk down the little set of notes you're holding down right now. 15, 14. So that whole sequence on the E is 19, 17, 15, 14, 15, 17, 15, 14. That leads us to the next sequence that starts off on the B string. It's the same concept, but just executed on the notes that we'll find here. We're going to start off on E, which is fret number 17. And here what we're going to do is we're going to play 17, 15, 13, position shift to 12, 13, 15, 13, 12. So once more that string went 17, 15, 13, 12, 13, 15, 13, 12. Next on the G we're going to begin with the A note, which we can find here on fret number 14. And on this string you're going to play 14, 12, 11, position shift to 9. Then you're going to walk back up those notes that you played earlier. 11, 12, 11, 9. So once more that string was 14, 12, 11, 9, 11, 12, 11, 9. D string is up next. It's going to go 12, 10, 9, 7, 9, 10, 9, 7. So that was. And lastly, the sequence on the A string starts off on the 10th fret on the G note here. We're going to play 10, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, and then lastly end on the root note of the scale here, the E note that we can find here on fret number 7. So last time on the A string, 10, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7. Okay, once more all together here. I'm going to try not to get too tongue-tied, but we're going to have 8 notes on each string here. I'm going to try to name off all these numbers as I go along. Homeschool, don't fail me now. Starting from the high E string, 19, 17, 15, 14, 15, 17, 15, 14. B string, 17, 15, 13, 12, 13, 15, 13, 12. G string, 14, 12, 11, 9, 11, 12, 11, 9. D string, 12, 10, 9, 7, 9, 10, 9, 7. A string, 10, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7. And last time, all alternate picks starting with the downstroke. Sweet. So there you go, kids, another sick lick to add to the good old wank bank. And as always, it's not just necessarily the lick that's the important thing, it's the concept behind the lick that I'm trying to impress on you guys. So be sure to spend some time trying to come up with some licks that utilize an even number of notes on every string and see what you can come up with. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. Also, if you're interested in booking some one-on-one Skype lessons with me, be sure to drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. I'll try to get back with you as fast as I can, and we'll talk about rates and times and all that other good stuff. Stay tuned for another sick lick next week. Until then, guys, cheers.